school. I admire how you present yourself and the interest shown in your students. To me, you are a leader, and I choose you as an important person to ask a few questions that will only take 5 minutes of your time from my assignments. How long have you been a teacher?
Well, first of all, good morning, my dear. I see you smiling away. It's a pleasure for me being here with you, Asia. And I sincerely hope when I really look back, let's say a couple years from now, I will look back at this interview and really say that this young lady has reached very far, which you will. How long have I been teaching? I have been teaching from the year 2003. Can you believe it? Yes, that's going over 18 years, going into 19 years. I've been teaching professionally. But I did a little thing before, because you know you have to do a little training before you actually go to college. So I've been teaching well over 19 years.
Mm, nice. What drew you to this field?
What drew me to this field? My primary school teachers, my primary school teachers, as well as a batch of grade one students. My very first time teaching at my primary school in Freehill. I went back there just to see how it was. I did a bit of training, didn't go to college as yet, and I did a couple months there with some grade one students. And when I was leaving on the day, let me tell you this, I'm still smiling. They drew, you know how grade ones draw some shapes of the head and the foot. They drew some things and colored it. And when I looked, I saw myself on many papers in the classroom. And there's a sir, that's you. I'm like, and then when I saw myself with a group of children, it seemed, and some hearts, as you know, I know you love to draw hearts. I was like, as a young man, I felt loved, I felt appreciated, and I said, you know what? It seemed as if I made a difference in the lives of these little ones, so I'm going to try teaching. So that pushed me, along with my teachers from primary school. They were motivated for me.
What is the best thing about your job?
Ooh, it's a very good question. That's an excellent question. You know what it is? It's to actually see, let me tell you, Asia, it's to see my students move from one level to the next. That's the greatest thing for me. So, for example, if a child couldn't pronounce the word school, and I get them at the level to say school and more, I am good with that.
Nice. How do you manage your time?
Good question. And I'm going to be honest with you. Can I be honest?
Okay.
I still don't know how to manage my time. I know of a fact that the time belongs to God, it's not ours. And you try sometimes to be on time, right? As well as even before time, but sometimes it just does not work. But I try my best as a professional to make sure that the time management is important. But sometimes you go off. But I am still learning. I am still learning to manage my time.
Good. Who inspires you?
Whew. You want to see me cry? You shouldn't ask that question. Who inspires me? I'm gonna say it again. I don't. I have to say inspired, and they still do. My grade four and grade six teacher, and they're no longer here, but they took me, especially my grade four teacher. She took me because I used to be running up all over the place when school is going on. I'm outside. I'm swinging on the tree. Yes, jumping in the bushes with me and my friends, wasting time. When I went to grade four, she took me under her wings, and it's a very unusual name. But she would practically sit on me and say, "Don't move," because she saw something in me. And I can say almost every time in my life I think about her specifically and her guidance. So she inspired me. Who inspires me now? Children.
Nice. Which has been more valuable in your career? your education or your experience?
You are asking some powerful questions, child. Where did you look here? Where did you get these questions? Powerful questions. Wow. Education or experience? Experience. Because in life you have to go through, as you go through your education, you get experience. So I value what I go through, every single event that takes place in my life. And then as a result of that, you use that to kind of guide you moving forward. So it has to be the experience.
Nice. Do you consider yourself a leader and why?
Wow, a leader. Honestly, I do not really consider myself as a leader as such, but whatever I do, I try to allow that to speak for me. I try to set an example and be an example for even adults as well too. So you can say I'm a leader as such, but I use what I do to speak for me.
Nice. How do you describe your leadership style?
That's a very good question. This is a TV question. Um, Transformation, transformational style. That transformational style means changing, building confidence, self-esteem. Sorry, so you have me choked up because that's a very good question. Building self-esteem, moving one person, whether it be a child or an adult, thinking lower themselves to another level. So it's about change. I consider that leadership style as one that pushes person to do their best.
Nice. How do you handle disagreements with your team or your students?
By communication, talking with each other. The more you get to know the person, is the better it is you're going to well actually deal with each other. So communication is key. Speaking, even sometimes Asia, we will not agree on certain things. Even in class, sometimes when I'm teaching and students will say, "Sir, I don't think so." What I do is to listen because that's very important. Listening to what someone has to say. Think about it and try to use that note to guide your relationship. So, yes,
Nice. When did you consider yourself a success?
when I was 12,
Nice.
when I was 12 years old, and I found out that through the struggles, Asia, through the struggles, I was able to matriculate. That matriculate is a big word, but I'm gonna take matriculate. Move from one level to the next. I found out that I passed my exam to St. Mary High. I didn't expect it. I did the best I could. When I found out, because in those days you have to look in the newspaper, and I saw my name, you don't want to know what Mr. Willis did. I cried because I wasn't really expecting to really be there, but when I saw it, I realized that yes, me reach now, right? So that was actually my first experience of feeling successful.
Good. If you weren't a teacher, which other career path would you have chosen?
Mm, this is a good question, but I'm going to shock you. I would be an artist. I love to sing. I can sing. Yes, I would be a gospel artist. Well, you can never tell me to do something else, but I would be singing. I would be singing because I love to do that.
Nice. What advice would you give someone starting out?
Forward, go and get it. Go and get it. Especially what you're passionate about. If at your age, you think, you know what, I think I want to become a teacher, go and get it. Strive for it, fight for it, push for it. You might not end up on that road, but still push towards what you're passionate about. That's what I would tell anybody.
Nice. Thank you for your time, Mr. Willis. It was very informative.
You are most welcome and thank you for allowing me to be on TVJ. Right? My first experience. I appreciate it, Asia. And let me take the time to encourage you. You did a wonderful job and I hope you, from let's say now until a couple of years, I will see you on television, asking questions, interviewing persons. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.